There's one workshop I did. It was Moonstruck, based on the movie. It had such a Italian operatic feel to it. I tried to get it going a couple times, and then it didn't happen, and then I aged out of it.
I got to work with Mike Nichols once, and it was on a day-long reading of a play by John Patrick Shanley. I was in a room with Don Cheadle and Michael Shannon, and nothing ever came of it, but I got to be directed by Mike Nichols for a day, and it was thrilling. It was like one of those dream come true days, and then it was gone, and you go on with the rest of your life.
I was supposed to do a workshop. John Weidman was working on the book of this show, and Santino Fontana was in the show. Judy Kuhn was in this. And I'm like, finally, I get to work with her, who's also a Disney princess. And then I got COVID. I could not do it.
I always wanted to be in Annie Get Your Gun. For some reason, that show eluded me. You know, I'm a real cowgirl. I ride horses. I live in Texas on a ranch. And I always thought I should play Annie Oakley. I had an idea for doing a stadium version, like a Cirque du Soleil version, recreate the Wild West show. So I pitched it to some amazing producer at that point, but they didn't quite get it.
The one show that I was supposed to do that never ended up coming was, and it's a role that I've loved and have like sweated my entire life, the role of Nancy and Oliver. And I was gonna go do the, when Cameron brought it back with Jonathan Pryce, and we went over to see the London production, and it was just, I have always had a soft spot for the Lionel Bart's Oliver, always. And when I was doing Annie in London, they had a production of Oliver on the West End, and there was this little boy, who's sweet-looking little boy, said, "I'm actually going to be a producer someday." And I was like, "Oh, that's nice." Guess who it was? Cameron McIntosh.
There was a workshop of a show called 13 Days to Broadway, formerly 10. It was written by Cy Coleman, and it was about a show dying a terrible death out of town, and it was based on their real-life experiences of a show dying a terrible death out of town. It was hilarious. That's what happened. We were spared a horrible death out of town or in town, but we had a wonderful workshop. Also, there was a fantastic Broadway show that never happened. I did several workshops of, called Kicks, and the music was by Alan Menken, and it was phenomenal. It was so beautiful. It was exquisite, and it never happened.